The numbers dropped yesterday afternoon, first leaking through marketing analytics channels before Nike could even confirm them. Multiple insiders described the metrics as nothing short of staggering, leaving Nike executives in a state of celebratory disbelief. Website traffic surged by 347% in the first hour. Mobile app downloads skyrocketed 500%. Most shocking of all, conversion rates, normally hovering at 2 to 3% for athlete merchandise, spiked to an unprecedented 18%. Sanders branded jerseys sold out instantly. Limited edition cleats vanished in 90 seconds. Hoodies disappeared so fast the system couldn't keep up. At one point, Nike's servers even crashed under the weight of simultaneous global checkout attempts. Executives quickly convened emergency calls not to fix problems, but to toast a victory beyond their boldest forecasts. But don't mistake these numbers as mere hype. Retail insiders stress this wasn't just organic fan frenzy. It was the result of a perfectly engineered cultural moment. Sanders didn't just sign an endorsement deal, he launched a brand revolution. By blending generational talent, social media dominance, and a powerful family legacy, he created an unstoppable market force. Unlike most rookies stuck in standard contracts, Sanders reportedly secured creative control, digital rights, and international distribution authority, a move that cements him as not just an athlete, but an architect of his own empire. Nike didn't jump in right away. Traditionally, endorsement deals follow a strict hierarchy. Veterans get the signature lines, while rookies fight for smaller, incremental opportunities. But Shedeur Sanders blew that model to pieces. The impact? Far deeper than just flashy sales numbers. First, the financial shockwave. Analysts estimate his first-week revenue at nearly $50 million worldwide. Not quarterly, not seasonal, 7 days. To compare, most rookies generate around $23 million in an entire year. Sanders crushed that benchmark before his first professional snap. Nike's stock surged 3.8% on leaked reports, giving shareholders immediate proof that the gamble was worth it. Every critic questioning his marketability? Silenced. Then comes the ripple effect across the industry. Adidas rushed into emergency meetings, scrambling to identify fresh star power. Under Armour accelerated negotiations with multiple first-round prospects. Even New Balance, Puma, and luxury fashion houses are suddenly exploring athlete deals they once dismissed. Why? Because Sanders just buried the old rulebook. He proved one thing: cultural magnetism beats team success, market size, and every ounce of conventional wisdom. One Adidas exec put it bluntly: "We're not competing for athletes anymore, we're competing for cultural icons." Shedeur changed everything overnight. And now, the real complications begin. Veteran stars, guys with Pro Bowl nods, playoff runs, and loyal fan bases, are reportedly frustrated. They're watching a rookie eclipse their endorsement value in a matter of days. Behind the scenes, agents are lining up calls, demanding renegotiations. The market has shifted, and everyone knows it. Several veterans are now considering switching agencies, looking for representation that can match the innovative deal structures pioneered by Sanders. Overnight, the traditional hierarchy where past accomplishments dictated compensation collapsed. Market forces now favor potential, personality, and social engagement over proven performance. This isn't just about merchandise. It marks a revolution in professional football marketing. Sources close to the negotiations say Sanders' team understood something rivals completely overlooked: modern consumers don't just buy products, they invest in stories, personalities, and movements. Sanders embodies all three at once. His backstory resonates perfectly. The son of a legend, forging his own identity, carrying swagger without arrogance. His social media feels authentic despite careful curation. Most importantly, his timing is flawless, arriving when football desperately needs new energy, younger demographics, and cultural relevance beyond traditional boundaries. Of course, commercial success means nothing without production on the field. Sanders knows this pressure well. Training footage shows a relentless work ethic: 4:30 a.m. workouts, late-night film study, constant collaboration with offensive coordinators. He seems fully aware that a sustainable brand demands legitimate excellence. A logo is meaningless if performance falls flat. Merchandise becomes clearance bin material without wins to back it up. Sanders has internalized this reality, approaching preparation with the same intensity he brings to promotion. And here's where his real genius shows. Sanders didn't just sign a Nike deal, he negotiated an unprecedented creative partnership. He has design input, colorway approval, and control over storytelling. Unlike traditional athlete contracts, which reduce players to faces for ad campaigns, Sanders demanded collaboration. Nike's designers now work directly with his creative team. Marketing campaigns follow his vision, not corporate templates. Even distribution strategies lean on his demographic insights rather than old-school retail channels. This isn't a simple endorsement deal, it's a genuine business partnership that positions Sanders as a stakeholder, not just a spokesperson. Nike's strategy deserves attention here. They didn't just see a rookie investment, they recognized a cultural moment. While competitors focused on stats, draft projections, and market potential, Nike saw Sanders as the bridge between traditional football excellence and the modern entertainment ecosystem. His appeal goes far beyond borders. Asian consumers, usually lukewarm toward American football, are engaging with enthusiasm. European audiences, once dismissive of NFL marketing, are showing newfound interest. This global response validates Nike's aggressive bet, transforming Sanders from a regional athlete into an international phenomenon. The partnership itself is a fascinating case study. Nike, with decades of experience and an immense global infrastructure, adapted surprisingly well to Sanders' unconventional approach. Early meetings reportedly carried tension. Nike expected the usual pitch, but Sanders came prepared with a full presentation, market analysis, demographic research, and creative concepts. He wasn't asking for sponsorship, he was proposing a joint venture. And most strikingly, Nike listened. They recognized value when they saw it and shifted their playbook accordingly. Even the physical products reflect this evolution. Sanders' logo is sleek, modern, and rooted in subtle nods to his family heritage while establishing its own identity. It strikes the perfect balance, fresh enough to resonate with younger consumers, yet timeless enough to cut across demographics. Older fans see it as a respectful nod to legacy. The color schemes strike the perfect balance, bold yet versatile, wearable far beyond game days, and fashionable outside of football. This isn't just merchandise anymore, it's lifestyle branding. People who've never watched a snap of football are rocking Sanders hoodies simply because they look good. But with that comes pressure. Every practice is under a microscope, every preseason snap dissected for both performance and commercial impact, every social media post judged for brand implications. Normally, this kind of weight crushes young athletes. Sanders, though, seems fueled by it. Sources say he has an extraordinary ability to compartmentalize, mornings for marketing duties, afternoons locked in on football prep, and evenings strictly protected as personal time. That discipline screams maturity beyond his years and shows he understands that real, sustainable success requires balance. His influence stretches well past personal gain. Teammates benefit from raised program profiles, coaches gain resources through revenue sharing, and facilities get upgrades thanks to corporate partnerships. Truly, a rising tide lifting all boats. Still, tension simmers. Some veterans quietly resent his fast track to stardom. Rookies are usually expected to earn respect slowly, through humility, performance, and patience. Sanders entered with unprecedented attention, massive endorsements, and cultural sway that even eclipses established stars. Managing that locker room dynamic takes just as much diplomacy as marketing savvy. And make no mistake, this moment changes the game. Future draft classes now see new possibilities. Agents will negotiate differently. Prospects will invest in personal brands earlier. College programs will adjust recruiting strategies accordingly. Sanders has proven that market value can exist independent of draft position. Yes, team fit, playing time, and talent matter, but personality and marketing sophistication may matter even more. The real question? Sustainability. A one-week sales explosion is impressive. But keeping momentum alive requires constant reinvention, and that's where the real test begins. Nike has already lined up an 18-month product pipeline filled with seasonal drops, limited editions, and high-profile collaborations. At the same time, Sanders' camp is crafting content strategies, documentary projects, and digital initiatives. Both sides know the early hype isn't the endgame, it's just the beginning. The real test comes months down the road, when the novelty fades and only substance can sustain the momentum. Competitors are scrambling to respond. Established athletes are rethinking their representation. Media companies are circling, eager for content partnerships. Everyone sees it, Sanders isn't just an athlete, he's a paradigm shift demanding immediate adaptation. And while the chaos builds around him, Sanders trains, prepares, and looks entirely unfazed. The question now, can this momentum last? What we're witnessing is only chapter 1 of a transformative saga. The implications stretch far beyond merchandise sales. Collective bargaining talks loom, with player associations eyeing new negotiations over marketing rights. Ownership groups are crunching numbers, anticipating changes in revenue sharing. Broadcast partners are exploring fresh programming angles. Most importantly, Sanders' rise proves something once unthinkable: an individual athlete can generate enormous value independent of team success. That reality shakes the very foundation of leagues built on franchise control. Players now realize their personal brands carry untapped power. Agents are mobilizing. Lawyers are sharpening challenges. The entire sports ecosystem is shifting toward player empowerment. The numbers speak loudly. His Instagram following jumped by 2 million in just 1 week after his logo launch. TikTok engagement rates skyrocketed to nearly 30%, a figure rarely seen in sports. Twitter conversations generated billions of impressions. Every platform is experiencing a Sanders-driven surge, and most strikingly, this momentum isn't confined to sports fans. Fashion influencers are breaking down design elements, business analysts are dissecting Nike's strategy, and cultural commentators are debating his wider social impact. This broad-spectrum attention validates Nike's massive investment and positions Sanders as a truly transcendent figure. Still, the critics are predictable. Traditionalists insist his focus should remain solely on football. Former players argue he must prove himself professionally before commanding this spotlight. Media voices question whether commercial success risks becoming a distraction. But these perspectives are fading relics of the past. Modern athletes must thrive as multimedia powerhouses, and Sanders has mastered the formula others stumble to replicate. His rise threatens old hierarchies and comfortable narratives. Resistance was inevitable, but irrelevance will be their fate. Financial analysts now predict staggering possibilities. If Sanders sustains his performance and avoids major missteps, his lifetime Nike partnership could approach $1 billion valuation. That would be unprecedented for an NFL player, challenging basketball's long-standing dominance and setting a new gold standard for athlete-brand partnerships. Shedeur Sanders' early moves already reveal a sharp grasp of brand management, balancing calculated risks, forging strategic partnerships, and controlling his narrative like someone playing the long game with precision. Behind the scenes, he's not just building hype, he's building infrastructure. Reports say Sanders is assembling a full-scale professional team. Brand managers, creative directors, business strategists, legal advisors, less an athlete entourage, more a corporate operation. They're studying the successes and failures of past athlete brands, identifying untapped opportunities, and planning decades into the future while seizing on today's momentum. This professional approach sets Sanders apart from peers who treat endorsements as side income, rather than the foundation of long-term wealth. Nike's internal dynamics add another layer of intrigue. Younger executives are all in on Sanders, while older veterans remain skeptical. It's a generational clash that mirrors broader market shifts. Yet data is driving decisions. Focus groups are overwhelmingly positive, social sentiment is through the roof, and sales have outpaced even conservative projections. With results like that, the younger execs feel vindicated, while veterans are rethinking their assumptions. Sanders isn't just part of Nike's culture shift, he's helping create it. The ripple effects are spreading fast. College recruiters now emphasize marketing education. High school athletes are hiring brand consultants. Even youth leagues are seeing the rise of commercialization, as parents realize athletic success today demands business sophistication too. The entire developmental pipeline of sports is evolving under Sanders' influence. Whether that's good or bad depends on perspective. Purists lament the commercialization of sports, while progressives celebrate a new era of athlete empowerment. The truth lies somewhere in between, but one thing is certain: change is inevitable, and Sanders has accelerated the timeline. Beyond sports, the cultural impact is massive. A young black athlete taking control of his narrative, building wealth, and creating a legacy outside traditional structures. This kind of representation matters profoundly. Sanders is showing what's possible for the next generation. His rise challenges stereotypes, breaks barriers, and lays down a blueprint. His father, Dion, redefined how players express themselves. Now his son, Shedeur, is revolutionizing how players approach business. Together, they embody evolution, progress, and possibility. This is no ending, it's the beginning. As the regular season looms, the stakes have never been higher. Sanders isn't just a rookie QB, he carries expectations that reach far beyond the field. He must prove the investment, sustain the momentum, and expand his influence through victories. Pressure like this would crush most players. But Sanders seems built for it, embracing expectations, channeling pressure into fuel, and turning burden into motivation. That's what separates short-lived sensations from lasting icons. The only question now: can his performance match the promotion? Will the NFL witness a complete commercial paradigm shift? Questions multiply as Sanders continues his meticulous preparation. Nike executives track every metric obsessively. Competitors scramble, plotting responses in desperation. Media outlets anticipate storylines with bated breath. Fans pour in emotional, financial, and cultural investment. Professional football has entered uncharted territory where individual brands challenge institutional power. And Sanders? He's leading this revolution unapologetically. If this sounds hyperbolic, that's the point. Transformative moments demand dramatic language. Sanders isn't just selling merchandise, he's selling possibility. He's proving that athletes can seize control of their destinies, build empires, and establish legacies independent of organizational constraints. This message resonates across generations, demographics, and geographies. Nike saw the opportunity, invested aggressively, and reaped immediate rewards. Other brands? Scrambling belatedly. Players? Awakening slowly. The league? Adjusting reluctantly. The revolution has begun, and Sanders is steering it confidently. Football's commercial landscape will never be the same. The future has arrived, wearing the Sanders logo.